Things are about to get real. Cover us!
Here's the thing. I love this movie's concepts.
Yes.
The fiction of like this Christmas town, like, and the fact that like Santa's not chubby, he's a fucking buff dude, is pretty fucking epic. I think that's a cool concept. Everything on paper is
awesome.
Really cool.
That's why
cool.
this isn't AI, by the way. It doesn't feel like this is AI for the first 30 minutes.
I don't know what's AI and what's not anymore, dude. AI is still good at replicating human shit. I can't tell, so it's like I'm kind of like done with this imposter syndrome shit. It's like if everything could be AI, even all the fucking good movies could be AI. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
It's just the ideas of like okay, so I don't think an AI would create the idea of like, oh, but what if toy stores across the world are portals? They're the one, like, because toys are what we use, they're portals to different areas of the world for elf agents, and elf agents hold Santa protective. And like you said, I love that it's a buff Santa and he has a protective person who's been with him for hundreds of years. That is a great concept. And like the fact that like, oh, he wants to visit the mall because he feels the energy of the kids and the people around him that love Christmas. Like, he loves that, and I love that idea. Everything about that does not feel like, whatever you want to say, wish, that's AI. This feels like someone wrote it with care, and then they put, like, the Rock treatment in it, where it's like, it's gotta be fat, it's gotta be shitty. And so, that's why, again, like, you've got jets that are helping Santa fly out of fucking areas. Goddamn awesome. Like, NORAD is real here, you know, like, they protect the flying of Santa Claus. Like, it gives you a goofily, like, a funnily and goofily accurate way to portray how Santa would travel. And I do think that, like, there are just moments where they miss the point of how fun this idea is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I wasn't really bored by, like, the movie itself. I was just kind of intrigued about, like, how stupid it, like, kept getting. So, like, I mean, my overall thoughts on this movie is, like, shrug, it's okay. It's like, there are some fun moments, and there are just a lot of nothing moments. But, like, I'm gonna say it was an interesting movie, like, in terms of how it's handling its concepts. Does it execute it in the most, in the best way? No. But yeah, I again, like you said, I love the opening, I love the introduction to everything, because all these concepts are great. And I have a soft spot for J.K. Simmons.
Fuck yeah, man.
J.K. Simmons is awesome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And, like,
that's what sucks, is he's, like, dead for most of the movie.
Even though The Rock is just, like, one type of character in every movie.
Yeah.
He still, like, he bounces off, I think he bounces off well with J.K. Simmons.
That's the only time where it feels charming. It's like these two are great together, and then he's gone. Then Santa's gone for most of this film, and it's just him and Chris Evans. And I don't know what happened, but they don't have chemistry. They don't have chemistry.
They don't. They're just saying stuff.
It doesn't work.
Other.
It doesn't.
Even though I like Chris Evans'
Yeah.
acting in this, he just doesn't have chemistry with The Rock. And
what they have him do sucks too.
And also, he's a different character in his introduction. Chris Evans is like a Mission Impossible badass. He plans out everything. He can do everything. When it comes to later the movie, all those skills are gone.
Yep. He's a bumbling idiot.
But he can somehow fight though.
Yes.
That's also not like he can fight really well, but like it doesn't seem like this type of character that can like also fight too.
Yeah, I think this movie just doesn't know what to do with its concept, and the reason I say that is, you know, you get to these points right after the 30-minute mark where it's just, we go here, and then there's an action sequence, and we go here, and there's something to do. But it's like, it has nothing to do with the core point. It just slows, it's like, you would think that this would keep, there's Men in Black did a really good job of, we don't want people to know that this is happening, but it is happening around you. We're doing a good job masking it. So, like, for instance, in the trailers we see that The Rock has the car. Like, he does the tool thing, he has the tech on his arm, and it grows a Hot Wheels car. But they don't try to hide it. They don't, like, go to an alley, like into, like, Spider-Man would or whatever. Like, they're not going to hide the thing. We're just going to do this out in plain daylight. Like, it's very soft, and it doesn't really build off of what it's supposed to. Then you've got the snowman fight scene, which is... The antagonist sucks, by the way. The antagonist's idea of, like, killing everyone that's bad for the sake of... is so stupid. Like, anyone with common sense would say, hey, but then, like, you still need resources, and this is stupid.
Yeah, that's what
like,
happened.
It was like, that was the dumbest... It was a horrible villain. Like...
To
the
trap
worst
everyone
one.
nodding the slow globe.
Yeah. It was just the worst fucking concept I've ever heard for a Christmas movie. And I can't... That's where maybe that's AI, but, like, that was dog shit. Again, the snowman fight scene was, like, stupid because it was just so resolved so quickly. It's like, we need something to fill 5 minutes. And then we don't. Done. I thought the Krampus, like, slap sequence...
I thought the whole
That was gonna be- dude.
Krampus era scene was the best movie. I mean, it
No.
was the best scene in the movie.
No, it felt like the movie and plot stopped. Went to it was like, we're moving in a direction, and then we are stopping this movie to make a random slap fight analogy, which sure could be fun, but we're on a ticking clock, and like it just, like, it doesn't fit with the tone of what the movie is at all. And it just was dropped in. It feels like you walk into that sequence, it's not even part of the same movie. And then it just, boom, you're in it until you're out of it.
It
And
could have
then
been part of a
then
better
the movie
movie.
keeps going.
I enjoyed that slap sequence because, like, it's also the only time it's not effective, it doesn't work, but it's the only try they attempt to have development with Chris Evans in The Rock. And, like, I thought the setting was really cool.
The setting was great.
And I thought
it was awesome.
And I thought the overall slap fight was, like, kind of funny.
Yeah.
Especially, like, it's kind of the only time, like, Rock, I guess, lets himself be defeated. Or lets himself get, like...
That's
get
why I was
overpowered.
surprised. I was like, oh, he actually does get kind of hurt. Oh, okay. Surprising.
He gets overpowered.
He gets thrown around. That's a rarity, because, like, his contract says he can't. Like, you know, in Fast and Furious. Yeah, like, again, I think it's just crazy that this did not work.
It takes after a lot of Marvel movies. Like, it takes after Ant-Man. The final, like, climax is definitely Thor Ragnarok right there.
Yeah.
It is doing a lot of basic action movie stuff.
There's also cheap stuff you can tell about. Like, you got the well-promoted polar bear. There's so many sequences, and Mark, I know you definitely noticed this, but there's so many sequences in this movie where you have a scene with the Rock's team, and the polar bear is supposed to be in it, but, like, you see it from one shot, then they cut to another shot. And then the shot where he's supposed to be, he's kind of like at an angle where it's like he would be off camera, but you can tell they just didn't pay. They didn't pay for the effects to put him back into the fucking scene. So it's like he's not going to be there, but the rest of his crew's there.
I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't notice it only because everything else was already messy. So it's just like, yeah, I'm just watching a mess.
Yeah. Also,
it's just like if I go into a dirty ass house and, like, did you notice, like, how much crap they put into the corner? I was like, dude, the whole house is a mess.
the whole yeah. Good chase sequence in the beginning, where it's just goofy. Like, you keep on. It ran a little long, but good chase sequence in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
This movie's like solid slop.
It's solid, but I would never recommend it because
Me neither.
there's so many better Christmas movies. If you're gonna make a schlocky Christmas movie, you gotta at least make it fun. You gotta make it good.
Dude, this is a good basis for, like, a really good comic. Or, like, I like
holy shit,
I
yeah.
like the idea of this world, like a really good comic, a really good animated, like,
Series
special.
or something, yeah.
I don't want a series of this.
Good point.
But, like, it's been like Christmas. Like, I think this whole concept on paper should be taken and redone.
Yep.
Like,
Make it
somebody better.
Amazon owns it. Make it an Amazon Prime series. There you go. Make it a once a year animated thing where they're going through something.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Once a year. It changes every year. Once a year, you do something else. You know, it's another scenario. Yeah. But J.K. Simmons is the GOAT. Always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.